evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Today we are going over the Electro Magna Warrior deck profile. This deck is completely awesome. I really wanted to give a shout out to that one guy that told me that I should build this deck, and I was like, I promise I'll build the deck. Well, here it is. Delta the Magna Warrior came out, and it really helped boosted the deck. I did play against Zodiac with some favorable results for the Zodiac player, but still, I'm playing cards to help against, play against Zodiac. You can't expect Electro Magnetic Warriors to be the best deck in the format, or to beat a tier -1 deck. But ultimately, it's a really fun deck to play. And if you're not playing against Zodiac, or if you don't have Zodiac in your locals, there are some card choices you could take out and just like run a couple other techie cards. We'll get into that while I'm in the deck profile. But you have to, when playing this deck, you have to think of it kind of like ABC. I know that for the people that have played ABC, this will probably be a cakewalk for you guys. For the people that haven't played ABC, then, well, I'm going to explain to you. So, you're going to have best of both worlds. You run 3 copies of Berserkion, the Electro Magna Warrior. Basically, he is our ABC Buster Dragon. He can be special summoned by banishing Alpha, Beta, and Gamma from our hand, field, or graveyard, unlike the ABC Buster Dragon, which requires the field or graveyard. He can banish 1 Magna Warrior from our graveyard, 2 target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Most importantly, when it's in your possession and destroyed, so it doesn't really matter how it's destroyed, you get to special summon 1 of your banished Alpha, Beta, and Gamma to your side of the field, and then you'll gain all of their effects. So he's a really good pressure card. He's 3,000 attack, and he forces the opponent to make decisions that they don't want to do. He's also not an extra deck card, so when they debury you, you can just summon him and be like, oh, okay, he's free. Next is 3 copies of Beta, the Electro Magna Warrior. When it's normal summon or special summon, you get to add 1 Magnet Warrior from your deck to your hand. Also, all of the Magnet Warriors come with the claws, or the Electro Magnet Warriors come with the claws. During your opponent's turn, you contribute them to special summon 1 level 4 Magnet Warrior from your deck to your side of the field. Unfortunately, there's only 1 good level 4 Magnet Warrior right now, but we might get like Sigma Matter Warrior and Kappa Magnet Warrior. We might get all of them. So, fingers crossed we might get something good. 3 copies of Gamma, the Electro Magnet Warrior. When he is normal summoned or special summoned, you get to special summon another Magnet Warrior to your side of the field. So basically, he special summons Beta. Beta tutors the Alpha, and congratulations, you have all the Magnet Warriors to continue off your combos. And they also make really good XC plays because they're all 3. 2 copies of Alpha, the Electro Magnet Warrior. When he's normal summoned or special summoned, he's the weakest. That's why we only run 2. But when he's normal summoned or special summoned, you can add 1 level 8 Electro Magna Warrior monster, or Electro Magna monster, from your deck to your hand. We only run 3 copies of Berserkion. We don't run Valkyrian, so he's kind of like useless in that aspect. And 2 for 3. He is a name. And that's the biggest reason why we run more than 1. But ultimately, he is the strongest of the Magna Warriors when it comes to attack, and he is needed to summon Berserkion. He also tutors Berserkion, so that's not bad either. 2 copies of Delta the Magnet Warrior. I wanted to run 3. I really did. This card's actually, it's not bad. When it's normal summoned or special summoned, you get to send 1 level 4 lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to your graveyard. So essentially, you summon him, or let's say you summoned Gamma, then you special summon Beta. Beta adds Gamma. Then on your opponent's turn, you tutor 1 of these to Delta. Delta sends Alpha, and now you have Berserkion. Or you can do the other way. You can summon Gamma, Gamma for Alpha, and then tutor it to a Beta, or to a Delta, and then send Beta, and now you have Berserkion again. So that's what Delta essentially does. Its other effect is different from the other monsters' effects. When it is sent to the graveyard, or if it is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 3 Magnet Warrior monsters from your graveyard, 2 special summon Valkyrian from your deck to your side of the field, ignoring the summoning conditions. Unfortunately, we don't run Valkyrian, and its effect is pretty hefty. It has a huge cost, so I was like, I might as well just not run it. I was running Valkyrian because I could get its effect, and it was a trade-in target, but trade-in wasn't that good either. So we're just going to stick to the 2 Alphas, the 2 Deltas, and then 3 of everything else. Next, we do run the Brilliant Fusion Core, so I run 1 copy of Garnet. Also run 1 Leslie. The logic behind running 1 Garnet and 1 Leslie is because I actually plan on activating both Brilliant Fusions. The first one will send the Garnet, the second one will send the Leslie, and then Leslie effect will add the Garnet back to my hand. That's really about it. You could run double Garnet. It doesn't really matter because adding the Garnet to your hand doesn't do everything in the world for you. But then at the same time, it's like, if you can have free advantage, why not gain it? 3 copies of Ghost Ogres. I'm going to be so real with you, Zodiac. There's no real reason to run cards like Ghost Ogres and Snow Rabbit unless it's Zoodiac. I guess you can say because of Mermail too, but Zoodiac. You could also say DDD, but legitimately, I would not run this if Zoodiac was not a deck in the main board. But for the people that don't know, when the opponent activates an already face-up card effect, you can send Ghost Ogre from your field or your hand to the graveyard, which is very important that you guys understand that it's from the field to the graveyard as well, to destroy the card. It doesn't negate the activation, but it gets rid of the Zoodiac monster, or it gets rid of the Megalo, or it gets rid of this and that. 2 copies of Maxi because I like to draw cards, but essentially it's because of Zoodiac. I mean, they start special summoning, I like to draw cards. They'll give me all the answers soon enough. That's it for monsters. I think we're at 20 or 22. You guys can obviously see it on the left. For spells, we run 3 copies of Brilliant.
Hey guys, would you guys like to buy the cheapest cards online from your favorite YouTuber with the fastest shipping? All you have to do is check in the description. It'll take you to my Google documents where you can find these such cards. Thank you so much for watching.
Fusion, because it would be kind of useless to run the Gem Knights without Brilliant Fusion. Essentially what it does is that we can send 1 Gem Knight monster and then 1 appropriate monster to fusion summon 1 monster to our side of the field. Now, I bet you guys are wondering, hey, Cali Effect, how are you going to summon Seraph Knight when you don't have any light targets? Well, guess what? Ghost Ogres are also light targets. They fit multiple criteria in this deck. First of all, they're level 3 monsters, they're tuners, so I can use them for synchro summons, and they're also light targets for the Brilliant Fusion. So instead of running the Trick Clown and all that other stuff, which didn't really help my deck because I don't make rank 4s, I just decided to run the Ghost Ogres with the Brilliant Fusions. 2 copies of Magnet Field. This is easily one of the better field spell cards. What it does is if you control a level 4 or lower Earth Rock type monster, you can select 1 Magnet Warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it to your side of the field. Also, if one of your Magnet Warrior monsters battle, and that monster that it battles isn't destroyed, you can return it to the hand. So Magnet Field allows us to provide a lot of advantage. It combos really well with Delta, which is the reason why I wanted to run 3 Deltas. Because if you open these 2, you can, let's say, you can normal the Delta, you send the appropriate Magnet Warrior, whether it's Gamma, Beta, or Alpha, then you activate Magnet Field since it requires, or since it fulfills the requirements. You can special summon set monster that you sent from your graveyard to your field, and then tutor more combos. That's the reason why I wanted to run 3 Delta, and I also wanted to run 3 Magnetic Field, but opening more than 1 Magnetic Field is pretty rough, so I opted against it. 2 copies of Pot of Desires. Now, if I'm playing against 60 cards, you know, dot deck with lawn mowing, I'll probably not want to activate the Pot of Desires. But if I'm not playing against it, I kind of need to get into my cards, whether it's D-Barrier, Strike, Ghost Ogres, as you guys can say. If I'm playing against Zoo, I need to dig into my combo pieces. Or if I'm trying to banish cards like, you know, the 3rd copy of Brilliant Fusion. I could lose 1 of every Magnet Warrior card and be okay. So, I mean, it's just 2 free cards, especially in this deck. 2 copies of Twin Twister. I wasn't running any until I started playing against Zoodiac. And then they have like D-Barriers and Strikes and all that other stuff. So, as you guys can see, this deck is really prepared for Zoodiac. It doesn't mean you're going to win every game, like I said. But it's going to be very prepared for that deck. 2 copies of Instant Fusion. I noticed that since Zoodiac is going to be the best deck, at least for right now, people are going to go ahead and start maining 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier. Now, when you go against 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier and somebody dimensions barriers for you Exceeds, and you're playing an Exceed heavy deck, what are you going to do? Well, you activate the Instant Fusion, you special summon the Theseus, and then you make a Synchro play because, you know, D-Barrier is a card. So, Instant Fusion definitely provides another avenue of play. It also helps you make the Crystal Wing. 2 copies of Terraforming to search the Magnetic Field. And then 1 copy of the Spicy Tech, which is Emergency Teleport. Now, like I said, you guys are going to hear me throw around Zoodiac a lot. So let's say I'm going first and I don't open any of my outs. I don't open any of my traps. Emergency Teleport serves as that trap because I can teleport, special summon the Ghost Ogre, and now the Zoodiac player has to worry about the Ghost Ogre getting rid of his Broad Bull or getting rid of his pivotal card to make plays. It's also special summon a level 3 tuner to my side of the field so I can start synchro summoning in case I get D-Barrier. So it serves 2 purposes. I'm really going to start mainboarding E-Telly with my Ghost Ogres. But that's it for spells. For traps, we're going to run 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier. Zoodiac, it's also like a good card. And I'm pretty sure this is when the deck becomes out of a lot of people's price range because D-Barriers are pretty expensive. But for the people that do want to buy D-Barriers from the cheapest vendor online, cheapest prices online from your favorite YouTuber, Cali got some of them for sale for right now. You should hear Alex Wee in our background. He's like, boo. And I'm like, win a game on my channel. We're going to run 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Because of Zodiac, he's all savaged in the background. It's like, because of Zodiac, I really did not like playing this many traps, but it forced me to do it. So I have to run 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Then the Solemn Warning, because I'd be pretty bad to run 3 strikes and no warning. And also the Vanity's Emptiness, because, I mean, that's a pretty unfair card right now. I'm pretty sure the adjusted list or the ban list is going to hit some cards in here. And if it does, I'm going to have it in the description below what I would change. But let's get into the extra deck. For the extra deck, we keep it simple. Pop it like a pimple. Crystal Wing for the dimples. And effect negation is so critical. Cali Effect dropping them bars. No, but Crystal Wing is actually a card that you don't really make normally. I'll show you guys how to make it later. Vermilion Mech Sparrow. I don't know why I call it Sparrow. But Vermilion Mech Dragon is another card that we can make with Ghost Ogre in a 6. It's also just a really good card to play. It recycles Theseus too, so that's good. And the Ghost Ogre. It gets the Ghost Ogre back. Cypher and Lord Omega. It's the best level 8 in the game. It also recycles the Theseus as well. Coral Dragon, because this plus a Magnet Warrior equals the Vermilion Mech, which recycles the Coral Dragon and other stuff. Ultimate Azoken, that's how we make the Crystal Wing for free. We activate Brilliant Fusion, we special summon, we do all that. Then we activate the Instant Fusion, we special summon the Theseus, and then we make Ultimate Azoken. Sea Monster Theseus, when Konami announced that they would be making some uberly broken card that would completely change the game and help all the decks, I guess except for Zodiac, so thank you, until they start getting smart and running the Vermilion Mech. We thought that it was going to be like some uber broken card. In fact, it was just a zombie water level 5 fusion tuner, which has so many great applicable cards or avenues for it. And Theseus just is really good in this deck. As you can see, I'm not hindered by D barrier because of this card. 1 copy of Zirconia. Did I say it right? Oh, he's fake. He's cubic Zirconia. I just noticed that the Gym Knights are based off of... Okay, we're not getting to that, all right? Basically, when I activate Brilliant Fusion, I can send a Magnet Warrior to my graveyard to special summon him. He's also 8, or at least I hope he's 8, because I've been making Harbinger with him. Him and the Berserkian. 1 copy of Gym Knight Seraphonite. It's the 2nd summons. That's it. We also run, or for fusions, I'm sorry. This Minerva is a proxy for Fusionist, because I didn't feel like looking for it. So that's what the Minerva is supposed to be. For Exceeds, 1 copy of Harbinger. Stop laughing at me. I couldn't find it. Harbinger is the Zirconia plus the Berserkian. 2 copies of Gorganic Guardian. This card is actually really good. First of all, it targets a monster on your opponent's side of the field. It decreases attack to 0, and all my opponent's monsters with 0 attack effects are negated. We're looking at you, Zeus. Okay? Secondly, during my turn, I can target a monster with 0 attack and destroy it. We're looking at you, Zeus, because this card's suave. 1 copy of Super Quantum Mech Grand Pulse, back row destruction. 1 Phantom Knight Breaksword. I mean, it's Breaksword. And then 1 Soulless Silver Mountain. All of our monsters, except for, I guess, the Minerva, that's supposed to be a fusionist, are Earth. So we make this card, and then if any of our other monsters run over stuff, we gain Soulless Silver Monsters effect. It's a really good card when you get its effect going. It also stops pesky face downs, so it's pretty good. That's it for the extra deck. Now for the side deck, I'm going to tell you guys it's very subjective to right now because I was playing against Zoo, so of course my side deck is going to be Zoo. Book of Moon for going second against Zoo, or going first against Zoo. It's also good against Mermel. I really feel that those are the only 2 best decks right now. It's good against Alcahest, I guess, for the what's the name. It does that. I'm not really scared of Paleos because I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have like 8 traps. So, the D barrier on all their Xyz, and then, you win. Raigeki, Zoo. It's also good against Zoo. And, literally, I'm sorry, guys. Zoo is on my mind. Twin Twisters for Paleo. There's other decks that it's good against, but Zoo. 3 Book of Eclipse. It's good against Zoo. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is 15 cards that's good against Zoo. It's the best deck in a format. It's also good against, Infernoid, but mostly Zoo. 3 copies of You Guys Wouldn't Guess It, Forbidden Chalice. You wouldn't believe what it's good against. It's good against Dweller. Really good against Dweller, because they activate Dweller on your turn, even though they have no place to be activating Dweller against you, because you don't run graveyard cards. Alright, I'm lying to you. It's good against Zoo. They use their Trident effect, you chain the Chalice. It's good. This is good against Heroes. These chain disappearance are really good against... They are. Don't laugh at me. They're good against Heroes. But we side them because of Zoo. And then the card that actually... I don't side because of Zoo, but I guess it's still decent against Zoo. But it's also good against, Mermail and other shit. 3 different Dimension Ground. I ran it because I ran 12 cards for Zoo. And I wanted to be a little diverse. And, going against, first against, Mermail and stuff. Because, yes, that's a thing. You don't want to go against second against a good Mermail players. Looking at you, that still run Gamazills in their Mermails. You open this card, and you effectively prevent them from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you summon them Electric Magnetic Warriors to scrape them. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Or should I just say, Stopping Zoodiac deck profile. Really hope you guys enjoyed this Electromagnetic Warrior or Stopping Zoodiac deck if you have the money deck profile. Enjoy your dice roll format, but most of all, enjoy.